when you go to game day, when you go to concert day, when you get up on stage, the people who pay your bills, the people who support your lifestyle, the people who support your freedoms a lot of the time, those are the people in that crowd. And I feel like you owe them a certain amount of respect. Welcome to episode 3 of the HzSoGood podcast. I am your host with the most, me, Dustin. Did you know my name? You probably didn't know my name. I've only said it like twice on here. I am Dustin. This is my channel. Welcome to my channel, my podcast, my room, my house. Welcome. Chris is not here today, as you can see. We have a hurricane coming through, and good Lord, it is coming down right now. It's windy and rainy. It's coming on that side of the state, so we're okay over here. If the power goes out, we might have to start this over, but we'll see. Chris can't be here. He's got to prep for the hurricane. He's got some stuff. When he is here, we have the last couple episodes. We've been touching a lot on entrepreneurship and business and finances, and I love that stuff. I think it's really important, and I kind of want this to be a podcast for general discussion. But this is a music channel, right? So now that I've got some time to sit with you by myself, I think we're going to talk about some music, right? So we do have some news and music today, and I want to kind of branch into some music news. Nickelback is coming out with a Live in Nashville album. They recorded it last year. I actually saw a lot of people, because I lived in Tennessee for a couple of years before I moved out here to Florida, which was a terrible idea.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
I lived in Nashville. I know a lot of people in Nashville. And I saw a ton of photos and videos from that show and all the guests that they had. But that show, it seemed so good. Like, it seemed like they had a ton of cool artists, guest artists, Ernest, Hardy. I mean, man, what a cool show that would have been. It's so cool. Linkin Park has another song and video coming out. Well, it came out. I'm sorry. It's not coming out. It came out. Heavy as the Crown is the name of it. Heavy as the Crown. New video, new song with League of Legends. I don't know what the fuck League of Legends is. Is that a game? I'm not a gamer. So, yeah, with the game League of Legends. They debuted the track live over the weekend during the encore of the September 22nd performance in Germany. They've been front and center, man. A lot of news. I did a reaction to the Emptiness Machine, and I'll tell you what, man, that got stuck in my head. That's a jam. I love that song. Every time it comes on, I'm just like, yeah! So, Scott Daly, whoever that is, it looks like on Twitter wrote, "Oh my God, Heavy as the Crown is an absolute tune. That scream." So, apparently, I've got to listen to this. I'm really excited. I was going to listen to it. I was going to pull it up and listen to it while I was doing the podcast. But I think maybe I'll do another reaction, another Linkin Park reaction. Maybe I'll do that this week, too. I'm going to do lots of reactions this week. I got kind of bored with my music playlist. So, yeah, it's kind of nice doing these reactions because it gets me out of my shell, you know? Gets me out of the shell. Metallica is touring with Pantera and Limp Bizkit. Cool! I did see that. There's a couple of dates in Denver that I saw, and I feel like that would be really fun to go see. But I don't know. We'll see how much it is. Those shows are so freaking expensive nowadays. Hayley Williams. This one actually made me laugh. I saw this earlier. Hayley Williams had some choice words for former president and current candidate Donald Trump. Ooh, scary. Now, I don't care what your views are. I know you don't really care about what my views are, probably. I will say this, and I think this is important. I think this is incredibly important. Hollywood. Anybody who has ever heard anything about Hollywood, look at what's going on right now with the whole P. Diddy situation. Hollywood is full of bad people who do bad things. They have bad thoughts. They are just to the core disgusting people. Now, it probably didn't start out that way, but when you spend all your time in a shell, in a little fake make-believe world that 99.9% of the world doesn't understand, they cannot relate it whatsoever, and you can't relate to them anymore. So you surround yourself with other people that think the same way and act the same way and just do all the same shit. It becomes a toxic environment, a toxic echo chamber. And those are the people on a daily basis that want to tell us how to think, how to live, where to put our money, who to vote for. Like, I remember when I used to go to shows, and that was just not a part of it. Because when we went to a show because we couldn't pay our bills. The car was on the repo list. We were going to get fucking kicked out of our house. Mom was pissed. Dad was pissed. Whatever. The world is falling apart. But I got to go to a show and get in a pit. I don't give a fuck about any of that. For like 3 hours. My life is about this show and who's playing and how bad my neck is going to hurt tomorrow and how hungover I'm going to be. You know? Now everybody's got a damn opinion. And they always want... That's what pissed me off about football so bad. I watch football on Sundays just because it was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to wake up. I'm going to stay in my PJs. I got chili. I got dip. I got chips. I got beer. I'm going to watch some football. Fuck the world. No. Nope. Not anymore. Now I got to listen to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and what they think about the presidential election and what they think about this protest and that protest. And Hayley Williams, you go to a concert and she's got chanted, this is how you need to vote. Shut up. Do your job. You're at work. This is your job. Now, obviously musicians and athletes and entertainers, they get a certain amount of freedom that most of us don't get at our jobs. That's fine. That's called being a contractor. Most of these people are 1099s, right? That's fine. But leave that shit out of your performance. When you go to game day, when you go to concert day, when you get up on stage, the people who pay your bills, the people who support your lifestyle, the people who support your freedoms a lot of the time to say what all you want, those are the people in that crowd. And I feel like you owe them a certain amount of respect. Leave it at home. Leave it at the booth. If you want to start doing political activism on the side, because that's something you're passionate about or whatever, fine. But I really have a problem with these people. Like Lady Gaga used to drive me nuts, man. Lady Gaga will tell you how to vote all day, every day. When's the last time Lady Gaga worked a W-2 job and couldn't pay her electric bill? Let's talk about that. Anyway, end of rant. Shut up, Haley. Play your music. Journey. This one actually kind of bummed me out. I have seen Journey a few times with a newer, I say newer, it's been a while, but the newer singer Arnell. I'll tell you what, man, that dude is fantastic. He had an off night. He had an off night in Rio, and there's a video that came out, and it's bad. I mean, it doesn't sound good. But I'll tell you what, man, your voice gets tired. Playing shows all the time. You're singing all the time. When your voice goes out, when it gets tired, when you don't have the strength, that's like me telling you, like, hey, you usually bench 225. You can't lift a 45-pound plate right now because your muscles are exhausted, but I want you to bench 225 for 6 sets. It's not going to happen. You got to rest it. You got to let it recover, just like every other muscle in your body. And if you don't, you're going to have off nights. So that dude's a professional singer. He's out every night. He's probably got his voice is in better shape than almost anybody else's around the world, But sometimes it doesn't work that way. Voice is fragile, man. It didn't sound good. He had an off night. Let it go. Like, he's getting a bunch of shit online. Oh my God, he's so terrible. No, he's not. He's fantastic. He's fantastic. Arnell, you just keep kicking ass, man. Don't stop believing. Oh, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lord. I'm going to finish out the news with Terrifier 3. Ice Nine Kills. I was just listening to Ice Nine Kills this morning. I covered this one because it's fall, bitch. Yeah, it's fall. Now, that means nothing here in Florida. Nothing. Fall is essentially summer extended here. We don't get color changes. Nothing feels Halloween-y. It just feels like summer light. Not even light. Summer light is in December. So, but for the rest of you who live in normal places with normal fucking people, it is fall, which means Halloween is right around the corner. All the white girls have their pumpkin spice lattes, the spirit stores are opening, the goth girls are coming out, and it is my favorite time of year because, well, I'm a simp for goth girls. And potential serial killers, apparently. Ice Nine Kills is a fantastic metal band, mostly horror-themed. Horror. If you didn't hear me right, that's what I said. Horror. Horror. So they're a scary band with scary people singing about scary things. And that's very fitting going into Halloween. And they're doing a song for Terrifier 3. I'm really excited. I can't wait to hear it. Ice Nine Kills is one of my favorites. It's funny because this is actually in a song, but when they first came out, they were pretty scene. They were pretty sceney, screamo. And then they caught wind with the horror-themed metal music. And man, that's their jam. So, excited for that. This concludes the news. At least the stuff that I care about. Wait. Okay, now I gotta do this. Sebastian Bach says, rock and roll makes me feel like a child. Let's see, in an interview, former Skid Row singer was asked about the title of his latest solo album, Child Within the Man. I'm sorry. In order to be a child within a man, you have to grow into a man. You're still a child. That is one of the few people in the music industry that I just cannot stand at all, ever. Hate him. Sebastian Bach is an overgrown child that throws temper tantrums, has a lot of opinions about everything, and absolutely no real life skills whatsoever. That is a picture perfect example of trauma that has gone unmended. We have not dealt with the trauma over the years. We're still angry. We're still bitter. We're still overly opinionated. And we're an egotistical asshole. So, therapy. If we're going to dig into your inner rock and roll child, let's go all the way. Let's dig. And let's heal that childhood trauma there, Seabass. I kind of wish I hadn't seen that. Now I feel like I went on a negative rant. Negative Nancy. Stuttering Stanley. Speaking of horror movies. Well, we covered the news. Let's talk about me. Want to talk about me. Want to talk about I. Want to talk about number one. Oh, my, me, my. Do you know who that is? That's Toby Keith. R.I.P. We love Toby. I am in an Aussie tribute band, and we're just kind of getting started. I got, 10 songs? 10 songs in the books right now, I think. Starting to sound a little better. And I'm pretty stoked. Going to do our first little mini set, probably 3 or 4 songs. We're going to record them. Going to do a little promo, so you'll probably be seeing that. But I'm pretty stoked, man. I grew up on Aussie. Crazy Train was the first song I ever learned. And that stemmed into a whole world of learning Sabbath and other Aussie tunes and diving into Randy Rhoads and Shaky Lee, which led me to Zakk Wylde, which led me down this crazy musical journey. And man, I had some great times out on the road with Zakk and Ozzy, and just got a special place in my heart. So I'm really excited to play a lot of those really good classic tunes and try and do him some justice here. So if you live anywhere near Orlando or, Central Florida, and you want to come see me shred some Oz, let me know. It would be fun to meet people who watch. Got some new merch released. I am not wearing my shirt anymore. You have to wash it. You wear it. You have to wash it. I would love to wear it every day. Eventually, I'm gonna have like a slew of them, a bunch of them. But I do have them. I'm gonna post them right here. I do have new merch. We have coffee cups, beer glasses, whiskey glasses, notebooks, phone cases. Man, we got all sorts of stuff. I even got, if you are too cheap to go out and buy a full ass Halloween costume like me, I have a Halloween shirt that counts as a costume. I said so. I'm metal as fuck for Halloween. So you can get yourself one of those, or if you're like me and you really, really love yoga pants. You love yoga pants. I love yoga pants. And it's fall, which means the yoga pants are going to be everywhere. And I love that. You love yoga pants. I even made some yoga pants. So get that for the special girl in your life so you can look right at her ass and say, babe, damn, those look good on you. Yeah. See, band, merch, got the podcast. Man, I think that about covers it. I'm going to close with a nice little mental health note. This is something that I definitely want to touch on. I was actually talking to a buddy of mine in Colorado. Recovered addict, like myself. And just seems like he's doing really well. Happy, healthy. And I was talking to him. I'm hoping to have him on the podcast here before too long. But I feel like mental health, it's getting talked about more. And I really, really love that. And I wanna cover it a lot here too, because it's something that I've struggled with a lot in my life. I have a ton of past traumas, unresolved traumas. Man, I was a bad person for a long time. And nothing I can do about that now, except for move on and try and heal myself and forgive myself and forgive the people who have wronged me. So, we're going to talk about some mental health on this podcast from time to time. And I want to just give you a quick parting message. If you're struggling in life, if you're struggling and you can't see the light in the day anymore, you just feel buried all the time. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how bad it is. You have two options. And I saw something come up the other day. It was a comment, and I wanted to respond, but I didn't really know how to. I had to give it some thought. It does not matter how bad your situation is. It doesn't. The world doesn't care. Not to say that I don't care, but the world doesn't care. It's not going to change anything. You have two options. You can be sad. You can sit in bed, feel bad for yourself, and give up hope. Nothing's ever going to be the same. Nothing's ever going to be right again. Give up. You have that option. It's not the option I would recommend, but you have that option. Or, regardless of your situation or how bad it is, you have the option to try and find light in the dark. Now, I'm saying this, and I feel like a hypocrite because I'm thinking to myself the entire time I'm saying this, like, well, that's not what you do sometimes. It's not. It's not what I do sometimes. Sometimes I feel like giving up. Sometimes I feel that pressure on me. Time to get moving. My watch likes to tell me I'm a fat ass. Just kidding. Some days I do feel like just crawling up in a ball and staying in a corner. Happens. What you did yesterday does not determine who you are today. And what your situation is in life right now doesn't determine who you're going to be for the rest of your life. And it doesn't matter if your life is going to end next week, next year, next decade, whatever. Who you are from this moment until the day you die is your choice. It is only your choice. Don't give the world the power to take that away from you. You get to decide. And if that doesn't make you feel fucking pumped up and ready to go, I don't know what will. But you got this, man. You got this. I have faith in you. I don't care what your situation is. I don't. I mean, I do. But I don't care what your situation is. Be a good person. Try and help others. Try and make right the mistakes that you made yesterday. Try and be 1% better than you were yesterday. That's all we can do. That's all any of us can ever do. That's it. That's the podcast. Episode 3. In the bag. Over. Done. Peace. Hope you had a good time. Not as much conversation Not a two-way street. But at least we're here. Stay weird.